Well, good morning. Welcome to week number 4. In this section, we're looking at, again, the section called the Psalms and the Proverbs. We're looking at how wisdom literature is applied and connected with the overall arching theme that there is one storyline of Scripture bringing all the pieces together. And in the book of the Psalms and the Proverbs, we're looking at how the writer is disclosing divine wisdom to the reader, and how that wisdom should be and rightly applied in our lives. Last week we looked at the concept of lamenting and how lamenting can be best practiced in the context of our churches, maybe even our small group or Bible studies or community groups. And that whole section then again is reapplied because we're looking at the different genre types of the Psalms and even the Proverbs, knowing that there's rhymed lines and symmetry between the way the writer has developed his writing and expressed in Psalms, the songs of Israel. And it could be a lamenting, it could be a thanksgiving psalm, it could be a praise, it could be a section of adoration, it could be a song devoted to retribution, asking God to judge the enemy. Whatever the context of that psalm is, we know that it fits within the larger scope of the pericope of the section, and the need to interpret it rightly is expected by every reader of the Scripture. And so week 4, we're reviewing those principles again that we learned from week 3, and again applying this whole aspect that there is poetry, there is genre, there is specific ways that we interpret sections of the Old and New Testament, and we shouldn't treat them as equal of one another, but they each need right eyes as we go to the text to try to discern exactly what the writer was trying to expose to his readership. And that would be the same even in the New Testament. We look at the Gospels or even Paul's writings. We don't necessarily use the same interpretational steps, but in a sense, the same skill is used throughout of whether we're studying, preaching, delivering some type of biblical message to a people group. The same skill is used in this, that you're interpreting well, you are using observation skills, you're looking at historical setting, you're looking at genre types and making sure that you understand that the genre, it might be treated differently between the texts. So in week 4, that's what we're doing. Again, we're looking at this great section that Jesus affirmed in the Gospels. Even Paul often references the Old Testament, and especially the book of the Psalms, and to see how it fits within the overall structure of this one story of the Bible. Be reminded that you're also, you have an assignment for week number 4. It's looking at Psalm 1. And then you have no peer review. You see that being shown again in week 4. Disregard that. You'll get credited for that. And then narrowing down that audience, the theological theme that you're trying to discern and study. Make sure that you're able to connect to the larger audience that you have in mind. So if it's for a younger group, if it's for an older group, just be sure that you're using good observation skills and application skills for that particular group. I hope this helps and clarifies what's happening in week 4. Lastly, the lessons resources where all your PDF files are found. Make sure you scroll down through your browser to get to that folder. It's at the last part of that section in week 4 to find those PDFs. Be sure to complete the reading assignments in Blackboard. Don't disregard that. You also need to go back and finish whatever you've not finalized, because those points are going to be calculated toward the end, and you don't want to lose those points on the final grade. Look forward to seeing more of your papers and more of your discussion in week number 4.